It's not about how much money you make or how many promotions you get. It's what have you done with your success to make a much larger contribution to society. I was one of 2 women in the fixed income division at the time. My husband Jeff and I launched Milestone Capital in 1994, and I think one of the really greatest aspects about Milestone Capital, what makes it really a very unique firm, is that we are a women-owned firm, and we manage about $2.5 billion in institutional assets. When I left Goldman Sachs in 1988, I left so that I could have 2 children, and so I said, well, if I can become a really strong person at Goldman or upon leaving Goldman Sachs, how do I empower other women? And the only way that I could figure out to do that was to start a network and use myself basically as the role model for other women. The initial impetus for launching 85 Broads was very serendipitous. It was to say, let's all stay connected to each other. You know, let's build this cyber clubhouse and just congratulate each other on our various successes, whether that's staying, you know, on Wall Street or leaving. And I think that was what was so exciting as the network started to get bigger and to grow, and as it became more global, to really learn and understand, you know, what these phenomenal women were doing beyond just their career paths. And we established Miles to Go, which was our nonprofit organization, so that we could start to fund some of these fantastic initiatives, such as Vital Voices, which is helping young children in Vietnam. One of our most fabulous success stories was Allison Levine, being part of the first ever U.S. all-women's team to attempt to climb Mount Everest, which she did in the year 2002. But I think the coolest thing of all was not so much the climb, but what happened when she got down off the mountain. She was part of the ribbon-cutting ceremony because we had donated the money to build 2 new schools in Nepal for over 1,200 children. In April of 2003, we had a conference called What's Your Passion? And we had a number of young women in our network talk about what they were really passionate about. And that really started to shape the direction of 85 Broads. I never realized that I needed outside support when I was diagnosed with cancer in September of 2002. And it was that net. It really became a support group for the first time for me. One of the things clearly that is getting a great deal of attention is women opting out of the workforce and what's causing that. And I think we so very much through the 85 Broads / Broad to Broad network want to be part of the solution. And I think we are now about to launch some very, very interesting initiatives. One is Broad Ventures, which is going to be our coaching model. And we are asking women who are at home with their children or have dropped out of the workforce to come back as coaches. Because we really think that their intellectual firepower is pretty awesome. Most people will tell you that they do not derive the lion's share of their success from their jobs. They derive it from their families, their interactions with friends, and how they feel that they fit into the entire global community. And so a big part of the network really became about the individuals, not about the firms that they work for, not about how much money they made, not about what boards they sat on, but what were they really doing for themselves.